Yo, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mike York. I do photography, video, and animation, and today I'm going to show you some quick little tips and tricks on how to basically mirror the background of your image. So if you want to get some nice symmetrical photos, or in my case, I have some flowers on the left side and I want to mirror them over to the right side to make it look like the whole wall is flowers. So if you're trying to do something like that, this is the video for you. So let's get jumping in. Let's start this out. First up, I got Photoshop here. She sent it to me, and this is the original as of right now. I brought that into Lightroom, did some basic adjustments, basically brought down the highlights, brought up the shadows a little bit, softened her skin with clarity, pulling down the clarity. But I didn't want to bore you guys with that stuff, so just minor adjustments. Basically, the before and after, so this is what she sent me, and then this is after the Lightroom adjustments. So this is what we have now. As you can see, I darkened the edges and so forth. So first thing we're going to want to do is copy this layer. So I'm going to hit Command J, go ahead and copy it, and then, or Control J, and make a duplicate layer. And this will be our edit. Okay. Now what we're going to do is come up here, take your rectangle tool, and copy some of these flowers, or your background in your case. Control C and then Control V. So now you have this duplicate of it. You have a big chunk of the flowers now in this photo. And then I'm going to hit Control T, and that's translate. And I'm just going to make these a lot bigger. Something like that, maybe a little smaller. And then I'm going to bring this in over her. Something like that. Let's go a little smaller. That should probably work. Okay, and then hit enter. And now I'm going to turn down the opacity just a little bit so you can see what we're doing and how much we need to erase. So for now, turn off this layer and then go back to your layer underneath. And the next thing you want to do is go to your magic wand tool. And in my case, I have a person there. And I kind of need to erase around her, but I don't want to take a lot of time and draw a little marquee tool around her, so no. Go in here, go into your magic wand, and hit select subject. Now this thing is awesome. Basically what it's going to do is draw a little marquee tool and selection around the person with you doing nothing. And if you look, it's done a pretty good job. And if you pop in any photo and there's a person in it and you hit select subject, it's going to select it pretty well. You can do minor adjustments, but in this case, it did the job. I only need to erase out of her. So now that it's selected, go back into this layer, turn it on, boom. Now you can see what we need to erase out. So hit E on your keyboard for erase, and I'm just gonna erase out all this stuff. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, done. Now, it's not going to grab her hair. If you see, she's missing some of her hair and her little bow in her hair. So if I zoom in here, you'll see what I mean. It missed all this stuff back here. So I'm going to turn this layer back on, and I'm going to erase some of this stuff out because it missed it. So I'm just going to kind of come in here, erase this stuff back out because we still want this in the photo. And for some reason it got rid of it. It doesn't do that good of a job. It does pretty good, but it gets you halfway there. So I'm going to erase out some of this hair. That looks pretty good. Turn this layer back to 100% to see my results. Not too shabby. That's looking pretty good. So now I have to get rid of this line, get rid of her hand. So I'm just going to come up to this layer that we've made, go ahead and hit this clone stamp tool, make my brush a little, about that big as a penny I'd say, and then I'm just going to start sampling from over here and spraying it into the middle. That's all I'm doing. Just kind of sampling stuff, throwing it around, seeing how it looks. It's looking okay. This looks pretty good. Okay, just hide that seam up there. And then we're gonna need to do it down here too. So I'm gonna grab some from up here, paint it in down here. Oops. Hit S on your keyboard if you want to go back, you know, get your tool back. Clone stamp tool, you just hit S. So I'm just clone stamping some stuff out. Looking pretty good actually. Now we need to get some more flowers in here. Oops. That's looking pretty good. Now if you look, I mean the before and after is pretty different. It's dramatically different on this photo. So I first did my Lightroom adjustment, and then I came in here and copied it over. And look at how, ooh, look, I missed her neck right here. So come in here. Let's erase out this little section so it looks better. Nice. Okay, looking pretty good, huh? And that's it. That's how you do it. Simple. Hopefully it didn't take up too much of your time. Hopefully you learned a few things about, you know, how to do something new in Photoshop. So I appreciate you guys coming along for the ride. Make sure to like and subscribe. Peace.